All right, welcome everybody to another review here on the Tarqaron channel. All right, I'm Zach,
Yeah, I'm Alec. What?
and we're here to
We did
review K-pop Demon Hunters, the
yeah.
Netflix movie that's sweeping the nation. It's literally the most popular Netflix movie of all time. It's K-pop
Uh-huh.
Demon Hunters.
Yeah, it's
All
which is
right.
crazy. It's actually pretty insane. Yeah, I guess we're a little late to the party. You could say on that
Mm-hmm.
one because
I was right
I
there
mean I've
with
had
the
people
party,
talking
but
about it. Yeah, I've had people have been talking about it for months and months now, basically. But it's like it shows no sign of slowing down. Like
mm-hmm.
it's still a ridiculously popular thing. Also, hello from my new digs. Uh,
Yes.
Here, you may notice I'm in a completely new place. Yes, this is a new location. Uh, Excuse the untidiness. Eventually, things will be in order back behind me here.
Yeah.
But
So
yes,
I had
K-pop
watched
Demon
K-pop Demon
Hunters.
Hunters a while ago, and I thought that would
Mm,
be up your alley and something we could review potentially. And then
yeah,
recently we started the Film Buffs Challenge on our Discord, which is a challenge where we watch movies that were assigned from our list, our backlog of movies that we have listed out, and you got to watch 5 or 6 within the 1 month deadline. And you happen to get assigned a couple that I'd been wanting us to review. So
mm,
we're gonna do actually one this week, one next week. Um,
that's right.
and this week is
Looking
K-pop
forward
Demon
to it. Yeah.
Hunters.
Yeah, I the reason I'd put it off for so long is because I'd been planning on watching it with a friend, and stuff just like kept coming up where we weren't able to like coordinate to be able to watch it, and then eventually this weekend like it was gonna happen, and then things fell through again, and I was like, all right, I'm just watching it. I have to. We're reviewing it, so so I'm just gonna watch it, and yeah. As we start all of our reviews off, though, we're gonna do our gut check. We
Hmm.
haven't discussed the feelings about the
That's
film.
true.
I know this is interesting because like I do know that Zach has very positive things to say about it, but I have not told him anything about my own reaction to the movie.
Hmm.
So
So this is our score out of 10 coming into the review, and then we'll discuss and we'll lock
mhm,
in our final score afterwards. All right.
that is
So
correct.
let's see.
Yep,
3, 2, 1, flip. 8.5.
9.
I knew you were a
I almost
niner.
give it a 9. I almost started off with a 9.5. I might go up there. I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
I love this movie. This
Wow.
movie was incredible.
Hmm.
Um, I was just in from the get go. I mean, it's very yeah. I mean, it builds out this very interesting, this very fascinating world. The
Hmm.
world building is great. It's organic. It doesn't feel like it's like taking too much time to set anything up. If maybe if there's one weakness, it might be that like it almost could have used maybe a little bit more of that in some regards. Like we don't really see tons and tons of the K-pop demon hunters actually doing K-pop demon hunting. We see a little bit of it here and there, but
Hmm.
it's like it's mainly focused on kind of a sort of not a side plot because the main it's not a side plot. It's the main plot. It's
Yeah.
mainly focused on kind of a redemption arc, a redemption story, and but I actually really like that. I didn't even know that was going to be part of the movie coming into it. I just knew it was like pretty much all I'd seen of the movie was like some gifs that were like showcasing some of the like really funny bits, like the
Hmm.
funny face animation stuff.
Right.
And that was basically about it. Like little clips that showcase that stuff, but I didn't know anything about like the plot as a whole. Um, but no, I was genuinely surprised at the sort of the direction it took, and I loved it. I thought the music was phenomenal.
Hmm.
Like literally every single song on that soundtrack is a banger. They are all phenomenal. Um,
It's golden.
and
It's a golden
it's
soundtrack.
Golden's my favorite. Golden was my favorite song, but so good. All of them are so good. Like that whole
Yeah.
soundtrack is just fire. So
Yeah, I said this
um,
before. Like, I had watched it before any of the buzz or anything. Like, there was some sort of buzz because I saw it on the homepage of Netflix. But I hadn't heard
Mhm.
anything about it actually. So every time, like, I always think back on it, I assumed it was garbage, and I was just not gonna watch it because it was like the name K-pop Demon Hunters. It's on the front page of Netflix. I'm like, this is surely just like some slop, right? And they're just cashing in on. They just throw K-pop in the title, and it's like, oh, I don't know about that. So it was only when I started hearing a little bit of positive buzz that I actually watched it. And yeah, it's like a delightful surprise. And it's funny
Yeah.
because the music is also unironically good, but it also very much plays into like the different tropes of like K-pop music and music
Oh,
videos and
big
stuff
time.
too.
Yeah.
Like when you go into the golden music video and it's like the dramatic
That was it
solo
was so good.
shots.
It was so awesome. Yeah, I was
Mm.
like, man, this is just a K-pop video. It's so good.
Yeah.
Um yeah, well, so the thing is that this is a bizarre collaboration between Netflix and Sony Animation,
Mm-hmm.
um where this is almost like this is one of those things where I wonder if Sony may be regretting this idea because Netflix has all of the it's like a collaborative process, but Netflix has like all the rights to
Mm.
this idea, this IP. And this is the biggest thing Netflix has ever done. Like aside from maybe like Stranger Things, because Stranger Things is its own beast. That's a TV series. But this is the biggest movie that they've ever launched.
Yeah.
And like so much so that they released it in theaters and it made like $25 million in theaters, which is
Right.
insane for a movie that has already been seen by millions and millions of people online.
Yeah,
That's
I do
nuts.
wonder how it would have done if it was just a straight to theaters thing. I assume not nearly as well because like there's something about the Netflix element of it where I know it's very popular with kids as well. Like my niece and nephew
Mm,
love this movie, and so I think it really
yeah,
spread like wildfire there. And even like the theater that we saw it in, I mean, it's like a sing along version is what they put it out
right.
as. So that's very much a kid oriented experience as well. So I don't know. It would have
But
been interesting to see.
you're reminding me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're reminding me because yeah, and Kanto was not a gigantic financial hit. The budget was I just was like checking that because that was another thing where that was another huge like saved by the soundtrack type thing, like maybe not saved, but like get a huge buzz or because of the soundtrack of that.
Right.
Um and that was like 261 million. That was during the height of the maybe not the height of the pandemic, but it was during more lockdowns and stuff during the pandemic. This is because it came out in 2021, late 2021, but there was still like a lot of that stuff it was still in was still kind of in play at that period. A lot of things had opened up, but they were still like people were still hesitant to be out and about in a lot of ways. So that some of that may have affected that too. But that became like a huge smash hit on streaming as well. So yeah, I feel like it probably would have been pretty similar. I feel like probably similar returns to that. So
Mhm.
yeah, the streaming may have in some weird ways also helped it, but I almost feel like word of mouth would have gotten out about it though. It's like one of
Mhm.
those things where it's like it probably would have continued to see some decent returns at the box office week to week. Um, but it's still interesting. Where would Sony have? That's a question though. Like, what does Sony own? Like, where would they have gone to like as a streaming service other than Netflix?
Right.
Um, I
That's
guess that's
coming
it.
soon.
You know, I guess that's just it.
Sony Plus.
Sony, Sony Plus. Oh God. But yeah, no, I ended up being just. I loved it. I love the whole thing. I mean, um I think the chemistry between the three main characters is just so fun.
Mhm.
Um, it's it does play into sort of the sort of it's like it's fun because it's like it's both playing into animation and like storytelling tropes as much as it is in kind of revealing that K-pop as a brand, as an identity, also still kind of like has like an arc of those tropes where it's like you have the leader, then you have like the silly younger one,
Right.
and then there's the more serious one, like who's kind of the bad girl sort of. Like they all to a degree have those members as part of the groups.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun seeing because it works in a story, but it's also like that's kind of what they as the different groups have members that sort of fill those sort of roles too. So
Who's your bias?
so that was fun. I was trying to figure that out the whole time. I was like, because I like them all so much. I think they're
Yeah.
all wonderful
Well, it's
characters.
hard not to do Rumi because she is the main
It is
character.
she is the main
Just so
character,
much more
but
depth there. But I do like, what was it, Zoe? She's a weirdo. I like. She's got a fun
so
energy.
so yeah, I think I would say Zoe as well.
Yeah.
Zoe's my bias, I'd
I'd
say.
still
Yeah.
probably say Rumi, but
Yeah.
she-
Yeah, we
she's
did
fun.
because we just get a lot of her, and that's the thing too, is that there is room for even though we do get like little snippets and little ideas and perspective of the other two,
Yeah.
there is still room for them to build out different like a movie that to have like one of the other characters is maybe more of a leading sort of role, and then in
They
another
could do
one
a full
should they
trilogy.
decide to do that.
Full trilogy for
They're
each.
100%. I don't see why you wouldn't want to try to build that out at
Yeah.
this point. I think you could do
I
it.
think for sure. I mean, they definitely
Um,
left room for it. Like when we're talking about the lore they built, like it's pretty surface
mm,
level,
mhm.
as far as that the plot's concerned. We dip in a little bit when it comes to Genu and everything with him.
Yeah,
Um, but
I
there's
liked him a
definitely
lot
more
too. I
depth
think.
there could have been. You can they left
Yeah,
themselves room for more for sure. But yeah,
yeah. No, I like that him a lot too. I really liked. I love the exploration of the like redemption, both because like both Rumi and Genu are both kind of like having parallel journeys where they're seeking redemption, um and I- and how they sort of complement each other in a lot of ways. And I loved that sort of that chemistry too. That relationship was a lot of fun. Uh I really enjoyed seeing that, and that's their duet song was also killer. It was
yeah,
so good.
it's one of my favorites.
Um and yeah, and then you got goofy little mascot characters too. They were adorable.
Yeah,
So even the little mascot characters show up and are just like, oh, they're cute.
there's funny
There you
moments.
go.
Yeah,
You
there's
get
some
your
actually funny moments
yeah
in there. So
yeah.
yeah, I like the knocking over the pot running gag.
knocking over the pot. I loved the when the boy band comes out
Yeah,
and it's like
yeah.
the popcorn the
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
popcorn the
That's a.
popcorn gag is so ridiculous.
But I like the
Um
whole boy band. I like that the boy band element was represented as well. It's a whole other side
mm,
to K-pop. But
big time,
even when
yeah.
they come in and they're like, "Ugh," like the little noise it makes.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I don't know the baby one. He does scare me though. That guy, Goo Goo Gaga.
He does. Yeah, that was a
Something
little. I
weird
was a
about
little
that
disturbed.
guy.
There's something weird about. I mean, the fact that he could chug hot sauce like that is just. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe that's because he's secretly a demon, but I don't
But
know.
like
It's a
the
little
boy band is
creepy.
almost even more dramatically like the boy band tropes too. Like his hair
Mm,
just all over the face. And you get the moment where
yeah,
she sees his face
yeah.
finally.
She
She's
sees
like,
his face. She's
"Just
like,
my
"Oh, you're
type."
so totally my type."
Yeah. So I mean, they have a lot of fun playing around with that, but you can tell there's a lot
Yeah.
of heart put in there. At least it's not. You can tell from the jump that they weren't just trying to cash in on it. Because there's
Mm,
definitely a way they could have done it without putting in any effort. Just
right.
throw in the K-pop stuff and call it a day.
Right.
I think it's a lot of fun, and I think the way it all comes together in the end is just fun. It's a fun moment,
Yeah.
and the whole song, and then at least some fun like visuals, like really fun
Mm.
visuals to look at, especially in that final sequence there. So
Yeah, I mean the
cool.
animation is just like it's the same studio. It's the same sort of idea that went into the sort of the Spider-Verse films. Those do tend to have a lot more of a, like, they go for like a very sketchy kind of like comic book look to them, and the filter that they use over it, it because it's this beautiful cool thing that you can do with 3D CG, is that you don't always have to make it look like a standard DreamWorks or a standard Pixar film. It's like you can really lean into a like all kinds of different styles that you can experiment around with. Whereas like with Spider-Verse, the Spider-Verse films, you have like a very, like, it's sort of faux 2D at times, where it's like really trying to replicate the idea of like something that's on a page, even though it is 3D CG. And it's really cool. It's really fun seeing that. This uses a similar sort of like animation style in a lot of ways, where it has sort of the sort of like limited animation, or the animation delay, the frame delay, at least
Uh-huh.
in terms of some of the
Yeah,
the
yeah,
animation. Um, and so it's cool because that makes it so that fight scenes are really very visually arresting, and it's like you can really tell what's going on in them.
yeah.
Um, but it also is fun because it's like you get to really linger on a lot of the comedy, I think, that comes through a lot of that, because you can kind of like do weird things with the faces, and they can just like warp the exaggeration of everything, and it's just very fun.
Yeah.
Like when they're just horking down the
Yeah.
food on the plane, the first thing that you see them do is just like consuming as much food as possible, carb
Hmm.
loading before the big concert. Um, yeah, uh, super fun.
Yeah, so for most of the
But
movie,
yeah,
the visuals are focused on like the cartoony aspects and the fun little comedic moments. So that makes like the action
hmm,
sequences stand out more, and then
yeah,
that final scene where there's like so much going on, it's like that makes that stand out even more too, because it's like kind of
right.
breaks from the norm. But yeah, I would say spoiler alert. We'll go into a little bit of spoilers here. Um,
Hmm.
My brother had mentioned this after he had watched it for the first time, and I kind of agree. The end is not as compelling as it could have been, like the way they wrap up the whole demon storyline. Because we kind of like learned that to be kind of sympathetic when it comes to Genu and his story, and they show that side of
Hmm.
the demon thing. But then it's kind of just like, all right, we're just gonna go back to killing demons, and there's not much more there. Like I was surprised there wasn't more about like rescuing them or like helping them
The
find
demons
redemption or
are
something.
right, but the demons themselves are. It's not. It's we're rescuing him because he's a human.
Yeah.
That it's a similar sort of thing where she's been, because she's like a half demon, so it's like her whole story. We don't really know exactly the technicalities of that. I guess we don't really necessarily have to know, but there's something that happened there where she's half demon. He did a thing. He's still a human, and he
Hmm.
basically betrayed his family back in like hundreds of years ago, and that allowed Guina. I don't remember the
Guima, something like that. Yeah.
Guina something.
Guima. Yeah.
So he's like the main he's like the basically he's essentially Satan, more or less. Like
Right.
he's the leader of the Lord of the Demons. Um, took him over because it's like, oh well, you're mine now, because it's like, yeah, it's basically like a Faustian bargain. It's like, yeah, I'll give you what you want, but ultimately you're going to be mine for eternity. So it's like his case is unique. Like the redemption of him is particular, whereas the rest of them they're demons. They're evil. There's really nothing more to be said about that. They're just evil. Like
Okay.
they're and that's the same thing with like with you know, so them saving the souls was one thing that happens as a result of that. So they save the souls of all the other humans, but it's like they also get to save Genu, with the formation, the new Hanmoon that they make, which is like the old one is like based on a kind of the old one that we've been making is based on a lie because I'm concealing this stuff, but the one we're making now is like I'm admitting, I my shame's now out in the open. I have nothing to hide anymore, and it's like boom, now we can truly like move on past this and like form a new Hanmoon that will protect the world from the demons. I loved that. I thought that was such a beautiful um a beautiful, because like a lot of Asian cultures have like sort of an honor shame sort of idea baked into like a lot of the just the culture in general. But I think beyond that, I think that like a lot of people can just sort of generally relate to that idea of like just having things that you're not. And I think to me this is also why I think this has such universal appeal. So I think a lot of people can just relate to the idea of like hiding something and then trying to lie, basically building up lies on lies upon it, and it's like maybe that'll make it go away, but ultimately it just makes it worse. And then ultimately like light, like light is the best disinfectant, I think, is like what a lot of, what, so bringing light to darkness is sort of like the idea of like the best disinfectant towards like, I don't know, anything. Like the truth sets you free, all that kind of idea. And I think the film really leans into that as sort of the main driving force of like, that's why the redemption is so very focused on these two, in terms of like, where it all sort of goes. So I don't really necessarily agree, because I don't think that, and that's something maybe another one of the other movies can, if they decide to make this into a franchise, maybe that's something else they can kind of explore,
Right, because
further on.
I guess I
But
need more explanation on the demons themselves. I guess, like where they,
yeah, and they could go into that in the
yeah.
future.
So that's what I hope they do that. So I'm interested, like how does that go when like the whole conflict of this movie is centered around Rumi and her conflict is ultimately resolved. So I wonder where we go in the next one. Like we said, they could focus more on the other two girls, but I don't know. There's not as much of a specifically a demon tie there, so that'll be interesting.
I don't know. There could be a lot of different ways they could go with that, but yeah.
But yeah, I
Um.
don't have too many complaints though. It's just it's
Yeah,
a
me
lot of
neither.
fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's got
Yeah, I think.
it is it's very much for the most part just fun, and then there's a little bit
Hmm.
of depth that you don't expect going into it as well. And when it comes to Rumi and her
That
story and Genu.
Right, and I think that's kind of why what surprised me going into it, because like I was just sort of expecting a fun little adventure film, and then it's like that first moment really early on when you see that she has the demon, like the demon stripes. I was like, whoa, okay, we're gonna go in an
Mm-hmm.
interesting direction now. I was like, okay, this is where it's at. Like I was just like, I was like, okay, I'm in now. Like I can't wait to see where this goes. So um and yeah, and I was not disappointed. I mean, and that was like, I liked that, that sort of like the, yeah, I don't know. I was going somewhere with that, but I don't remember now. But
Absolutely,
yeah,
I
I
agree.
think it's great. I agree wholeheartedly with whatever I was gonna say.
The three main ladies. I don't know the voice actresses. I don't know them from anything
I don't
specifically,
either.
but they're great. And then there's a bunch of
They're all
random
great.
supporting roles from people I do know, like
Right.
Doctor Ken Jeong.
Ken Jeong.
Yeah,
Ken Jeong showing
there's
up.
a guy
He's
from
fun.
one of the guys from Squid Game. There's a voice of Guima.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fun.
Um,
He was the voice of Guima. Okay.
yeah, and
Cool.
then Daniel Day Kim, who I know from Lost, but he was the voice
Yeah.
of the
Daniel Day Kim.
healer scam guy. This is
Mhm.
scammer, which is such a random like. That's the most
Yeah.
like if you wanted to remove something, you could easily remove that. It's the most random side tangent of
That
the whole thing.
that's one of those like I love that because to me that was one of those world building things that like I wish there was a little bit more of that, like building out the just this culture, this world, because like that is definitely something that's like I bought that as part of like that would be like, oh yeah, like a holistic thing that you'd
Mm-hmm.
go to like a place in
Right.
Seoul to like help you heal your throat or whatever, and it's like, and then it ends up being grape juice.
You know,
Yeah.
a random voice in this list, the cast that's striking, that's standing
Yeah.
out to me is Liza Koshy.
Why is that?
She
What
was
was
the
she
she
in?
was the voice of some a random host, I guess, at some point in this movie. But
Oh, okay.
she was just in the Naked Gun. She's a YouTuber. I'm
Oh.
like wondering who's her agent. She's
Oh
getting these
yeah.
random roles.
Well,
Like I'd never.
Someone Cho
Uh
is also like a bit. He had some was some bit characters in this too. So the Pro ZD, for
Oh
those who
really?
don't know. So Sungwon
Okay.
was also a voice in this. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
So
see. He's a
yep. Yeah.
Abs Saja bathhouse patron and social
Yeah, he's
media
the one of the bathhouse.
something.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Ab Saja was the one that the the abs guy was. So he has like, I think like only like one line as that character, but because most of the Saja boys don't really speak very much, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. And then they just have like the hair flowing and the slow mo
Mm-hmm.
moments.
It's this soda. What was it? Soda pop. What soda pop?
My little soda pop.
My little soda pop. Yeah, my little soda pop. Yeah, I was like,
Soda
that's
pop.
just that's very.
Soda pop.
Yeah, I love that. Like everyone's getting.
That's
They're
the
all like,
TikTok
it is
trend.
really
Is
catchy
just
though. Yeah, yeah. Just
just shaking just the shoulder shimmy.
yeah. Shake the shoulders. Yeah. The yeah, or whatever it was. Yeah, just doing the shoulder shimmy. Yeah, all the songs are great. And to me, it's like what's great is that all of them like really reinforce the. None of them feel like none of them feel like they're filling time. All of them are like really kind of adding to the plot and adding to the like the characterization, and you really get a whole lot of just great moments from it. And yeah, I mean, it's great. I love it, and I'm probably gonna continue to watch this. Maybe not as much as some other people are, but I'm definitely gonna watch it at least once or twice more before
Mm-hmm.
the year's over. So it's so good. The music is great. I want to buy the soundtrack. 100% gonna buy that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
Yeah, what's interesting, I've watched a few reactions to it, because it's like become so popular that
Hmm.
people are just requesting it so much to people, and it's like something that clearly a ton of them would never have watched otherwise. But I've heard on numerous occasions, like, man, have I been missing out from K-pop all this time? Because like they had never listened to K-pop before, and they just watched this. And it's like it might be actually getting people into K-pop too. So it's interesting.
Great. Yeah, I mean it's good stuff. The yeah, there was a Twice cover of one of the songs over the credits.
Yeah.
That was super good.
Yeah, I noticed the
Uh,
little Twice Easter egg too. They had like a poster on the wall. Um,
oh yeah,
at one point, it would have been cool if they had more. Unless I missed other ones, if they had more K-pop Easter eggs, would have been cool.
yeah. I wasn't sure that they had very many of them, but that could be something. That could be something for a sequel too, like having some.
If they could get
Le
BTS
Seraphim
and
shows up in
yeah,
something. BTS
BTS. Maybe
would
the
be a
budget is
huge
big enough
deal.
to get BTS next time. Just actually in it.
BTS, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know like Le Seraphim. What's another really big group right now?
I'm not really hip with the K-pop recently.
Not
I
hip
haven't
with
really been listening to
the chat.
K-pop that
Yeah,
much recently, but I still have a lot I wanted to get to. But
yeah. I honestly, me neither. And this is kind of like making me be like, man, I feel like I should get back into it. Like
yeah,
this is good stuff. This is great.
yeah.
So Yeah.
So it's a definite recommendation for sure. For
Yeah.
me, like it doesn't quite reach like the 9 or higher territory. I can get that. I could see that, but
Mm.
for me, it's just I mean, it's still very high,
Definitely
but
does. Definitely does for me. I just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of to me, it's sort of the whole package. I do think it is 9 is about as high as I think I can probably feasibly have it go. Just because it doesn't quite have the elements that would just take it that notch up above. In the
mm,
sense that like I feel like there's more they probably could have done with a few of the elements with the world building and maybe some of the other characters that aren't focused on. But in terms of everything else, I mean, it's really kind of has everything that you would want in a movie like this. It's fun, it's funny, it's got heart, it's got a great message. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's great.
yeah,
It's a great movie.
it appeals to a wide range of people and ages too. Um,
Yeah, big time. It's also like I think this is my brother, because my brother reviewed it and he liked it. I think he was kind of on the side of like he didn't feel like he almost felt like it like the I can't remember how he phrased it, but to me it almost came across his perspective as that like it almost felt like they had the idea for multiple movies and they instead of necessarily building out more backstory and world, they kind of just did what they could with to make one story. This one and maybe like left some of the ancillary details behind. And I can kind of understand that. But another thing that he pointed out too was that like and this is something that I found as a positive. He's like if I would kind of characterize this for like is this a boys movie or a girls movie? So he's like it probably tends a little bit more towards the girl side just because of the
uh-huh.
subject material, but it has so much wide appeal that like literally anyone could watch this and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Which is I think is fun. It's sort of like almost like Barbie before it. You know, that's a movie that I think that pretty much anyone could watch and enjoy.
Hmm.
Um, you know, as a subject material, Barbie's obviously girls play with Barbies. That's the huge target demographic. But I think K-pop is it's so far reaching, and the thing is, I think like girl groups are more popular with I generalizing, but I think girl groups are more popular with men,
Hmm.
and I think male groups are more popular with women.
Can you explain why that
So
is?
can I explain why that
Yeah.
is? I think it's. Do I have to point it out?
To be honest,
I think.
in general, I've
Mhm.
always preferred a woman's voice. Like, not even on the surface level. Like, it just in the voice,
Mm.
I've always preferred for some reason. A lot of my favorite artists are women. So,
It's interesting because I don't. I don't tend to skew that way, but when it comes to K-pop, I definitely I much prefer the women
I've
groups.
only dabbled
I
in.
like I like BTS.
Yeah, I've
You
only
know,
dabbled
some
in
songs of theirs are
BTS.
pretty
I haven't
great,
really
but
checked
yeah.
out anything else. But
Mhm.
I mean, BTS
Um,
had some amazing stuff. I haven't really been watching or listening that much. I was never a regular fan, but when I was first getting
mhm,
into K-pop in like 2016 or so, I watched some of their
yeah,
older stuff, and that was like, I was like, okay, well, I get it. But
yeah,
yeah, I don't know what they're like now, really. Just except for the
yeah.
big ones that you hear a lot.
All right, but yeah,
But,
I think that is generally the case. So it's like whatever.
but they
It
give you a
doesn't
little bit of
matter. I
both in
think this
here.
you
They
do.
give
You get a little bit of both. And there was some video footage of people at the one of the sing along shows of like the crowd was going wild when the Soulja Boys showed up. The crowd was hooting and hollering
Oh
and
boy,
whooping and it's like wow,
I
that's
wouldn't go that far for the
there you
Saja
go.
Boys, but
Yeah, I wouldn't either, but
some animated abs.
it was it was extremely funny when they were showing up. I was laughing a lot. It was very funny.
Yeah, I would say my nephew's 9 years old, and he just loves it. With
Yeah, I think
shame, no shame. He just loves it. He dances along to it. Loves.
right. I think this is like I said. I think it skews. Maybe it might like skew that side. I think I would agree with that. But like, I don't think it matters because it's like I said. I think it's a very mass appeal in a lot of ways. Clearly, because of how popular it is. That it has very wide reaching appeal and
Or it reached all of the women. It reached a
yeah,
lot of the
that
women.
too. It probably did. It probably did. So, and I get it. It's really good. So, I like your Treasure Planet shirt, by the way.
Yes, new shirt, Treasure Planets. Yes.
This is not a new shirt, but Hollow Knight Silk Song coming out literally in 3 days from when we're recording this.
All right, 3, 2, 1, flip. 8.5.
9. Sticking by my 9.
Mm-hmm. Tarqaron score of 8.75.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
Nothing at all.
How often have we sneezed at any of these things, really? I've never been tempted to sneeze at anything.
I don't know if I'm sneezing at any of them. That's true. You make an interesting point. I don't really sneeze a lot at anything.
You need a different phrase to use. It makes more sense. It's nothing to turn your nose up to.
Yeah, it's
nothing to look down on.
Nothing to look down on. It's nothing to blow your nose in.
It's nothing to enter.
It's nothing to hit enter. Hit enter.
There you go. 8.75 is some pretty high marks for some Netflix slop.
Pretty great.
So.
Yeah, it turned up. It was not Netflix slop. It was, in fact, quite great. So.
All right. Let us know your thoughts below. Thanks for subscribing. And I know you did. Like the video.
Yeah, I knew you did. Yeah, I knew you did.
And we're going to... every video now we recommend a completely random Tarqaron video for you to check out next.
Yeah, random rules after all.
Random rules. To be honest, it's not always completely random. What I do is I randomize it and then I kind of look at the first two options to see if there's... So it's not...
That's still random. That's still random. That still counts.
Kind of. But it's like... Because like... There's a very high chance it's Survivor, like a lot of the time. So I want to just always say Survivor.
Yeah, it's okay. It's random.
If you enjoyed this video, I want you to go check out our review of Metroid Dread. All right.
Ooh, that's a good game right there, baby.
Game that I still haven't finished. Still haven't gone back to actually finish.
Wow.
I gave that game like a 9 too. I think.
Yeah.
All right. And
it's that good. It's that good.
Take care out there. All right.
Hey, take care. All right.